So what? Let's talk about the backstage because a lot of people today talk about the backstage politics and how it affects their career. How did backstage politics, if at all, affect the career of Marty Jannetty?
Because he didn't play them. Didn't do as well as he. If I would have played the games that some, and I won't mention Shawn's name in that, if I would have played some of the games, Al Snow said it best. He goes, Shawn Michaels, I mean, they were equally talented. Marty might even be a little bit better, but Shawn played politics backstage better, which means he kissed ass. That's what that means, and maybe more, but I don't think so. I don't think Shawn went that route. I think he let them kiss his, maybe. And I don't know if that makes it different. You know, somebody once asked me,
Marty is different, bro.
Somebody once asked me, and you might have to bleep some of this, said, well, like, listen, if somebody, you're hungry as hell and somebody offered you a hamburger to suck a dick and you did it, does that make you gay or does that make you hungry?
Marty is different, man.
Well, I mean, think about it. In backstage, those are kind of things proposed to you in a different way.
So did you ever have
if you
like
want to be a champion here, come on over here.
So did you ever, one of these wrestling terms is heat. Did you ever have like real life heat or backstage heat with anyone in the locker room?
No, everybody, I loved everybody loved me. As far as I know, I've never heard anybody that didn't. And to this day, when I see everybody, we hug each other up. I mean, today was so great. I got to see some of the guys I ain't seen forever. Godfather was so good to see him, man. Mm-hmm. You know, Papa Shango, he was dressed up today.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And we actually had him on the podcast as Godfather.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a great interview. He got lit.
He's good, man. I love him to death. Man, I had a match with him. I mean, I've shrank down a few inches with age and plus my ankle surgeries. A few cutting shit out, and I'm like, no, please, no more. And he was huge, and I saw him today, and it was like he shrank down about 3 inches or so. I mean, he's still big. Yeah. But
so you have these friendships with everybody. I mean, you kind of got into a little Midnight Rockers. You are a real life rocker. You live it.
Yeah, it's not a gimmick for me.
What Marty might be a little too attitude era. Like, we're attitude era podcast, but Marty's.
I got a question that's more positive.
Please.
Right?
Yeah, you want to pull us out of this one?
Yeah. From you seeing Shawn Michaels when you first met him, like you said, a 19-year-old kid, up until now. Just what do you say to his journey from the person that he was into the person
Well, when I met him, he was 19 years old. He was just like a little spoiled rich kid. He had the short hair. The first time I met him, they told me, and my best friend that died, DJ Peterson, Dave Peterson, in WWE was DJ Peterson. Sort of had to look like, if y'all know Magnum TA was.
Yeah, he was here today.
Yeah, I didn't get to see him. Damn it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him. But the mustache and the curly, he looked a lot like him. So just so if y'all remember or don't remember, or are old enough to remember DJ Peterson, best friend. He died. Got ran over. He was on a motorcycle. A tractor trailer truck cut short and right over him, man. He was just getting his life back on track with his marriage. Got away from the drugs, a lot of cocaine back then. Got away from that. But so he told DJ and I that, hey, this Shawn Michaels is a new guy, and he's new to the territory. He came up from Texas. Like, just look out for him. This is before him and I tagged that time we was just talked about earlier. But look out for him, keep, kind of, he's young, he's probably wanting a party, so he will hang out with you, because all the other guys were older, And we were in Topeka, Kansas, and we're looking for him. First of all, we're thinking, when does this happen? When you start taking care, you didn't take care of me when I came in. Dave said, you didn't take care of me either. And so we were going to take care of Shawn. We're looking around for him. We're interested in seeing who this guy is that they're coddling already. Right. And seen this one nerdy looking guy over in the corner, because there was always new guys when you go to different cities, the local guy that they were using. So figured it was a local guy, and we said, hey man, you know who Shawn Michaels is? He goes, I'm Shawn Michaels. Short ass hair, his tights pulled up under his chest. He's just taken off his blue jeans with a big Texas belt buckle thing, the boots, the cowboy boots. I'm thinking, man, we gotta have to work on this kid. Little did I know we would have 7 years tagging together. But he was so quiet, so innocent. I mean, he didn't even try to sneak in the bar. He was 19 years old. And when we would go to the bars, Dave and I would go in. We were over 21. And we felt bad for him enough that we said, we'll bring you a beer every so often. And sometimes we'd bring a girl down to the car to take care of him for a little bit. And, we had to. He couldn't get in, and he didn't. He was so shy. I remember the first time we picked him up to go to a city, we were running a little late, but we knew we didn't have to be that 1 hour early. And this was in Topeka, the same place that we'd first met him. And that was every Tuesday. The next Tuesday, we was going to hook him up, teaching him how the business is. And we had this girl named Topeka Patty. She would always service the new guy in town. And so she knew her job. She didn't mind. She didn't mind whatsoever. And so we pull up in front of the arena. I see her, Patty, Patty. And she comes over. It's a new guy. She hops in the back and trying to disguise this and sugarcoat it. But she would bend over. Her head disappeared in his lap. She was tired, but she was face down. And and he's sitting there. This is how he was. This is to show you how he changed in a quick time. And I might have been responsible for some of it, but he's back there in the back, and he's like, "Don't we got to be at the building?" And you can just see the back of her head coming up every so often. And then she was like nervous, and just relax, brother. Relax. We're going to be late. He was so scared that we was going to be late, and he didn't understand this. We just pulled her out in front of the line, in front of the building, and she's doing that for him. And sweet and innocent kid, man. And he got ruined real quick.
Any idea?
But he went from that. We'll fast forward way up about 5 or 6 years. Now he's demanding, "Hey, come here! Hey, you come here!" And he started being arrogant and cocky. And as Macho Man once told me, I told Randy, a very good friend, and rest in peace, I hope. If anybody is, he should be. I told Randy once, I said, all this fame, that we're getting now, it's changing Shawn. He's getting all arrogant. He goes, "No, brother, it's making him comfortable to be who he really is." And it made sense. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. Because he was flashing moments of arrogance, even when he was in the shy years, the beginning. But yeah, he went so far. He went beyond arrogant. I mean, he admits it now. He got religious. He got through all of his little cocky ass years, and he's that young kid, innocence again, but not ignorant. Not he knows what life's about now. So he's back to being a good little humble kid. But he went that route way up to the top of the mountain of being an ass. I mean, all the boys hated it, and he knows it. He said that was hard to handle. Vince says it, many times I just wanted to kick his ass. Vince don't say that about people. Of course, that's his boy toy. But yeah, man, that was the Shawn route. Started off innocent, hit the top of the arrogance, and come right back down. The religion helped him a lot. So I'm proud of the path he took. I might have knocked him off the path myself, so I take some of the blame.